fact, information coming in now that about 200 Indians are still stuck in Kabul waiting to be evacuated. They are individuals who are working in Kabul. They are appealing to the Indian government now for immediate assistance. Visuals accessed by Times Network shows how these Indians, some of them are stuck in the very building where they work. They claim that their movements are being watched and that the Taliban is now manning the gates to ensure that they do not leave the compound. They also allege that the Taliban entered the company premises twice and fired in the air.
See what, in fact, all these employees, about 200 in number, they are from India. They are finding themselves helpless. Right now, they're inside the office premises in Kasbah area in Kabul. And they are stranded and stuck up there. And Taliban are right now, in fact, standing on the gate. They're manning the gate. They're not allowing them to come out. And these Taliban are preventing them from moving out at this stage. And what we came to know from these people is that on 2 to 3 occasions, Taliban entered inside the premises. They opened fire in air. They intimidated them, threatened them, because Taliban, these people, they're working with the Garda company, a world company. This basically deals with the security. So what they really want, Taliban want them to hand over the weapon, whichever is available with them, so that Taliban can take control over the weapon. But so far, these people have resisted. They haven't given them the weapon because they know once the weapon is handed over to Taliban, then they will not be getting their weapon back. So they being employees, so it will not be easy for them to hand over the weapon to them. So that's one of the reasons the Taliban are not allowing them to move out. They are intimidating them. And so they are asking the government of India, Ministry of External Affairs, to do something for them to evacuate them. They have already, some of them have got in touch with them. The problem right now is that Kabul airspace is closed. So it is not, the commercial flights cannot move, even the Air Force flights cannot operate in that area. So that is the biggest ever problem. So the government of India is trying its level best to look for other routes where from they can just evacuate the other nationals also who are stuck up in Kabul at this stage, because there are reports about many other right now also in Kabul Gurdwara side. They are also putting up there. Hindus and Sikhs are there. So they want to evacuate them too. But the problem is right now that Taliban have announced curfew. So nobody's allowed to move on the streets. Also, the people who came yesterday, 130 of them, they also had to narrate a different kind of a story, how on several points they were stopped by Taliban, and many of them had to give their own valuables to them so that they can move towards the airport. The similar kind of a situation right now is of these 200 people who are stuck up inside office premises. This is the Garda World. That's a company that's dealing with the security setup there in Afghanistan, and they've been working there for the last several years.
Meanwhile, several Indians remain stranded in Afghanistan with little clarity about how they will make their way out of there. Mirror Now's Neha Hebbale spoke to Sheetal Singh, whose husband Yashpal is stuck in Afghanistan. Sheetal and her daughter narrate their ordeal and how even contacting him has been extremely difficult. They say that they have no idea when Yashpal will be evacuated, and they are hoping that the Indian government steps in to bring him back home safely.
तो मैं यही बोलना चाहती हूँ कि जितने भी सब लोग हैं वो सेफ से आ जाए अपने घर। मेरे भाई भी है वहां पे और मेरे हस्बैंड, और वो उनको एयरपोर्ट के अंदर आने भी नहीं दे रहे। अभी हमारी बात नहीं हुई है, कल बात हुई थी मेरे हस्बैंड से। आज सुबह भी कोई बात नहीं हुई है मेरी। वो निकल चुके हैं वहां से, जहाँ वो रहते थे अपने गेस्ट हाउस में, वहां से निकल गए। मेरे भाई भी हैं 2 और मेरे हस्बैंड भी है। बाकी तो बहुत है वहां पे जो वो लोग एयरपोर्ट के अंदर आने भी नहीं दे रहे। और मैं यही चाहूंगी कि वो सब सेफ से आ जाए अपने इंडिया में, अपने घर।
Yeah, I would like to request the government to help my father, as they have last news I got from my father, he has went to the airport, but still the security in the airport is not letting them in, and other people are also with him. Like my 2 mamas are over there, my mother's brother, and the second time they are going over there, and the airport security is not letting them in. So I want the government to help them and bring them safely to India and to us.